I didn't take my septum piercing out for the job shadow my aunt arranged, even after she said it would ruin the impression. I'm 19 and I've been unemployed for like 4 months, which my aunt Rhonda treats as a personal emergency. She works in HR at some insurance firm downtown, and she pulled strings to get me a job shadow day in their office. Marketing department. She kept saying it was a huge favor, that people would kill for this, that it could turn into an actual entry-level thing if I played it right. So I said thank you, I meant it, and I started getting ready the night before. Then she FaceTimes me at like 9 p.m. to go over what I'm wearing. I show her the blazer, the slacks, the whole thing. She nods, and then she goes, "And you're taking the nose thing out, right? I have a septum piercing. Small horseshoe. Honestly, you barely notice it unless you're looking. I've had it 2 years." I said I was just gonna flip it up. "No," she said. "Take it out completely. It'll ruin the impression. These are serious people, Kayla." I told her I'd think about it. She didn't love that. The next morning, she texted me at 6 a.m., "Piercing out. Trust me on this one." I flipped it up so it was basically invisible and left it at that. I wasn't gonna show up looking like I had a bull ring hanging out of my face, but I also wasn't gonna dig it out in the car like I was ashamed of it. I get there. It's fine. The woman I shadow is named Priya, and she's great, actually. She's got a nose stud, by the way. Nobody says a word about my face the entire morning. I sit in on a call, I help sort some campaign mock-ups. Priya buys me a coffee and tells me I ask good questions. Around 11 a.m., my aunt appears at the edge of the department. She's smiling, but it's the tight one. She waves me over and walks me toward the break room like she's escorting me somewhere. "You didn't take it out," she said. "It's flipped up. You can't even see it." "I can see it. I told you to take it out." I said, "Priya has a nose stud, Aunt Rhonda. It's genuinely not a thing here. Her face did something complicated. That's different. She already has the job." I asked her what the actual problem was, since nobody had said anything to me all morning and the person I was literally shadowing was pierced. She lowered her voice. "Do you understand what I put on the line to get you in here? People know you're my niece. When you don't listen to me, it reflects on me." And there it was. It was never about the impression. It was about her. I said, "So this is about how I make you look. Don't twist my words. I'm not twisting anything. You said it reflects on you." She crossed her arms. "You know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna stand here and be lectured by someone who can't even follow one simple instruction. If this is how you act when I do you a favor, don't expect another one." Priya came around the corner right then, holding 2 coffees, saw us, and kind of froze. My aunt smiled at her instantly. Totally different face, and said something about how she was just checking in. After Priya walked off, Rhonda said quietly, "We'll talk about this at home. You've embarrassed me." I finished the shadow day. Priya walked me out at 4 p.m. and said she'd flag my name to her manager for the fall intake, that I'd been better than half the people who apply in suits with nothing to say. She said, "Love the septum, by the way. I've been too scared to get one." I told my aunt that in the parking lot, not to be smug. I thought she'd be happy an actual manager wanted to pass my name up. She said, "She's being polite. She offered to flag me for the internship. We'll see if that goes anywhere." Then quieter. "You still should have taken it out. You got lucky." That night at dinner, she brought it up in front of my mom and my uncle. Said I disrespected her at her own workplace, that she'd never be able to recommend anyone again because I made her look like she couldn't control her own family. My uncle asked what I'd actually done. Rhonda said I refused to remove a facial piercing after being directly asked. He looked at me. "Did anyone at the office say anything to you about it?" "No. The woman I shadowed has one too." He looked back at Rhonda and just sort of raised his eyebrows. She said, "That is not the point." I said, "Then what is the point?" "Because from where I'm sitting, I did the whole day. I did it well, and a manager wants to bring me back. That's the thing you set up. That's the thing that worked. The point," she said, "is that I asked you to do one thing. And I asked you why. And your answer was that it made you look bad." She put her fork down. "Fine. Then get your own internships from now on. See how far that septum gets you." Priya's manager emailed me a week later.